Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing an insane modified Ford Bronco that's actually a Sema build. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Land Rover here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Bronco. This particular Bronco is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out more information on it. If you have any questions, you need any help, just ask for Jared. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So powering this Bronco is the turbocharged 2.7 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, stock power outputs are about 330 horsepower and then 415 pound-feet of torque. I did see a remote control in the Bronco that showed that this might be chipped or something, so it might actually have more power than stock power outputs. If you guys know this build and know if it has more power, let us know in the comment section below. But anyways, 2.7 V6. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting at the top, you guys can see I've got a bunch of light pods there, which just gives it such a cool off-roader look. And then just like most Broncos, right, or not most Broncos, but all Broncos rather, you've got the mirrors attached to the body. And then we've got the LED lights that are standard with the Bronco. Notice how the Bronco logo is blacked out, but then the grille itself has been painted white, which I think accents perfectly to the Area 51 paint on this particular Bronco. And then you can see we've got the yellow fog lights for off-roading. We've got a winch as well, which looks really cool. And it looks like we've got, yeah, synthetic cable with this. And then just look how aggressive this bumper is with the sculpting and everything. Now, I do want to say that video is definitely not going to do this Bronco justice. This thing in person has such an amazing stance. I mean, that's a Civic, and I mean, this thing literally looks like it could just drive right over it. Now, coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 37 by 12.5 by 17 in the front and in the rear. You guys can see we've got the black Rhino wheels, but they're white. Ah, see what I did there? But anyways, really good tire and wheel setup, obviously, for an off-roader. And obviously, being curious me, I wanted to take a look at the suspension. I'm not noticing any change. Obviously, it's been lifted, but I don't think that there's any change with the shocks or anything. I think these are just the stock shocks. Again, if you know a little bit more about this build than I do, let me know if that's not the case, but that looks, again, stock but lifted. Now, this is actually really cool attention to detail. Notice how the fender pops out, and yes, I'm using the word fender, not fender flare. You guys can see that this is all one piece here, so that is a cool add-on. And then you've got the Bronco logo here on the side, and then notice we got the side step. It looks like it's also, yeah, a little bit of a rock rail, which is pretty cool. But anyways, here's your full side view, and I think that this shows you, I mean, again, look at that little Volvo. And when I say little, it's just because the Bronco's so big, but seriously, this thing is enormous. Then you got the rack at the top too. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function remote start. We've got the Bronco logo there on the back as well. And popping into the rear, the Bronco's tailgate makes opening this with a 37 on it really easy. Got the multiple compression points right there. And I think that opens up wider than the, yeah, that's definitely wider than stock. So that's pretty cool. I wonder how far. Okay, yeah, so that's the end. That's interesting. It opens up way wider. But anyways, got the window. And then here in the back, you've got the roll cage, which is obviously painted Area 51. I'm not noticing any modifications here in the back. It's just normal, which I think is a good thing, right? So you can still use it like normal. And it's got a 12 volt back there as well. So let's see what closing this is like. This is one of the weirdest sequences I've ever done on the channel, but it's got a little bit of heft to it, so you got to use a little bit of muscle. Not too bad. So I've got the upgraded taillights here, and then you guys can see we actually have parking sensors integrated with the bumpers, and then you guys can see here with the lights with the amber on them again for dust off-road. And then that's funny for the license plate bracket. That's an interesting place to have to put it. It makes sense with the aftermarket bumper. But anyways, we got the spare 37 here on the back, and it looks like reinforced. I wonder, is that with the frame? I can't really tell where this connects. It looks like it might connect in with the frame there, potentially, which makes sense, right, for a 37 to make it so sturdy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the exterior on this modified Bronco, the Sema build. I think it's pretty sweet. Now this is where things get real snazzy. We've got this leather trim that's been added here, and then also down below. And then you can see with the seats, you got more of that really nice leather trim. Then look at the cloth inserts here, again to the heritage, and the contrast I think looks absolutely fantastic. And then looks like we got normal Bronco stuff here, so window controls all of that. It's got the normal Bronco floor mat. But this is cool. Look at the seat back. It's got more of the cloth trim. That's so cool. And then taking a look at the front door panel, that theme continues with the leather. It looks like we've got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors with this one. And then here's the front seat again with the leather, and then you can see the cloth inserts. I love that look. I think I have to have this in one of my vehicles now. I really like that for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, you got the light control here, and then more of the leather trim, even on the dash, and that has such a cool look to it. Like the kind of stretched appearance. I don't know, I think it's cool. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, it looks like it's normal Bronco steering wheel. So you got like the leather trim all around, some controls for the center stack. We've got our cruise control with this, and then regular stock there on the back. And then taking a look at the gauge cluster here in the center, it's normal Bronco gauge cluster. You guys can see this only has 2,500 miles on it. So basically brand new Sema build, which is really cool. And let's see what the fuel economy's been so far. That's actually not bad for 37s. Yeah, that 16 miles per gallon, 37s, that's actually really freaking good. Anyways, we've got all of the different drive modes that we can go through here with this. This must have been built off of a more baseline Bronco because it doesn't have the Baja mode or anything. Now I gotta check the sticker. Okay, so noticing a few things. So first off, it's black right there. So I think that means the whole Bronco was painted Area 51 after the fact, which is very interesting. And then looking at the sticker, the tire size, as stated with this, is 255/75/17. So I wonder if this was like a black diamond or something. That's my guess. I think it was like a loaded up. That's just, let me know what you guys think packaging wise. But that's cool that they actually like painted the whole thing. Okay, and up top kind of confirms this for me. You guys can see we have a rear locking differential, trail turn assist, stability control. Up top, we obviously don't have the front locker or the stabilizer bar disconnect, so I'm thinking black diamond. Now in reverse, you guys can see we have a backup camera. It's kind of blocked, it looks like, by the plate a little bit, but you know, at least you got somewhat of a camera view. And then this one has the smaller size infotainment system, which is not a problem. Response time with it's great. You know, function on it's just the same as the big one, it's just smaller. I do like the Bronco logo right next to it, how it has the white accenting. I think that's pretty cool. Now down below, we've got analog controls here for the radio. We've got our climate controls, dual zone climate, heated seats here. And then we got a little charging port area. We've got the Bronco plaque there as well. And then here's the shifter for the 10-speed automatic transmission. You got your plus and minus, so you can shift the gears yourself if you want. And then again, more like really nice leather trim around the shifter. Again, attention to detail. And then here's our driveline select. So we have our 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high. You've got your off-road cruise control. Got some cup holder action. All of our window controls here in the center, they're all automatic. Got your mirror adjustment. And then again, even on this, they've changed the leather trim. That's so cool. Yeah, good storage there. And then popping inside the glove box, pretty normal. This is what I was talking about though. I'm not sure what this is too, but it says super chips. So apparently this means something. Now we do have the carpeted headliner here, which helps out with insulation. And then you guys can see all the latches all over with the top to remove that. So it's got the setup that you want. Now when it comes to pricing on this build, I obviously don't have an original build sheet because it's a Sema build, super custom, all that kind of stuff, one of one. But my estimate as to how much this cost is the Bronco, obviously, plus another, I would say $30,000, maybe $40,000, probably $30,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my estimate, but with all the custom stuff this has on it, I feel like $30,000 is relatively reasonable with what this would probably cost. It could be more though, because again, one of one. So with that being said, let's sum things up. Now we are going to set off here in the Ford Bronco. We're actually just taking it back to its parking space. So with this particular Bronco, the dealership is actually helping the owner sell this. And so I don't feel comfortable taking this out and driving this because I don't want to do that unless I have permission from said owner. So I guess if you're the owner of this and you'd like me to come back and review it again and drive it, then I guess let me know. But I do want to just sum things up as I'm taking this back over to the place where it's parked. So first off, these seats are so cool, not only with like how they look, but the comfort. It's really like, it's stock padding, right, in terms of like the pads and everything underneath, but the skins, for some reason, it makes the seats more comfortable than like the regular Bronco seats. And again, they're just so cool looking. Like, I love this retro theme inside. It's so exciting. And what I can feel in the parking lot, which obviously isn't much, but it's something, is this actually drives, it feels really smooth. Again, I didn't notice anything with the shocks. Like, it seems like they're all stock and everything, but it does, like, it feels like really smooth actually with everything. And so with that being said, my take on this Sema build, apparently it won second place. I don't know what won first place over this, because I feel like this is the coolest thing I've ever seen when it comes to a Bronco. I think this is awesome. And, you know, I know some people are gonna be like, it doesn't have the, you know, all the off-road tech, doesn't have the four-wheel drive auto, doesn't have the front locker and the stabilizer bar disconnect. It doesn't matter. I don't think that this is the type of vehicle, I mean, obviously this could do very well off-road, but I don't think that this is the type of vehicle that you would necessarily take off-road. I think that this is the type of vehicle that you buy because of the looks, because of, again, it has that heritage type appearance. I think that's kind of what this is more about, more so than anything else. And so I think from that front, I think they did a really good job. And this Bronco, like, I'm being serious, this has like changed my mind about doing custom stuff, because like the build quality on this is actually really good. Like the fit and finish on all of this feels like really solid. And I love the look of these seats so much. I kind of want to do this to one of my vehicles now. So I guess thank you for making me want to spend more money on my cars, to the person that did this build. Let me know what you guys think about this Sema build.